everybody, and welcome to Robert Sarazin Blake from the Kitchen Table. My name is Robert Sarazin Blake. This is the Kitchen Table, and over on my right, as always, is my associate David Pender-Lofgren, who connects the ones, the zeros, the screens, and the cables to bring our kitchen table to your kitchen table, wherever you may be that Ontario, or be that Limerick, or be that the coast of Africa. We're coming to you live right here from the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48. And that is, of course, Bellingham, Washington, coming to you live Sundays, 5 o'clock here, 6 o'clock in Missoula, 7 o'clock in Minot, North Dakota, and 8 o'clock everywhere from Michigan all the way over to the Statue of Liberty. Memorial Day weekend, and we have the one and only, originally from Wenatchee, but she's from here now, Karen Kunkel as our special guest. Yeah! We'll be hearing from her a little bit later on. And so far, there are more babies at this show than we've ever had at a show before. It's a beautiful sight. We got the baby sun hats going on. We got the toddlers with enough hair on their head that they don't need sun hats. And the neighbors are hearing us and they're coming out. I was hungry. My guitar strings on the edge of my guitar had pulled the microphone over to me. Yeah, that's something I'd like to not do too much more. That was fun once. Where were we? I was hungry. I got a sandwich. I've been drinking a little wine. Stood on the corner, watched the girls, heard the voice of an old friend of mine. Forget about the bar, the party's out on the streets, sidewalk in between. No bouncer to kill your buzz, you can bring your own drinks. Packs are roaming, herding going to the next bar, to the after party, the cab, to the diner, 10 p.m. anticipation, 2 a.m. dread. Forget about the bar, the party's out on the streets. It's a warm summer night, no cover charge and no ID, a front row seat to the fights. My imagination got stupid. I saw 2 young Latinos. I thought I could be the man. They didn't see me, but a white girl did. Hola, senor, is what you said. Kept on walking, I kept eating a sandwich. Well, I've been drinking a little wine, trying to hold back time. The buzz and the bears, the short skirt wolf pack, blue jean hawks crack, bartenders kick back, searching for the flames, hustling for the fall, lipstick in the mirror in the bathroom crawl. Forget about the bar, the party's out on the streets, and it's almost Halloween. All the kids are back and they're acting the fool. Somebody said, somebody scream. And everybody did. Give the guy $1, man. He ain't playing for free. Give the guy $1, man. He ain't playing for free. Give the guy $1, man. He ain't playing for free. Unfriggin' believable. This is not a very professional operation we're running today. Well, should I answer it? No. Well, I'm not going to. It's a 360 number, Marysville, unidentified. And I'm not doing it. But this is bad behavior, you know? And there's children in the room, so we have to show bad behavior so they know what not to do. Hey, all right, welcome everybody here on Franklin Street, broadcasting from the front porch of the Roost. And for everybody who is dialing in from all over the world, all over the country, all over town, it's so exciting that we're starting to see smiles on people's faces again as we get vaccinated and the disease. We're pushing it into the goneness as best we can so we can walk around. And so we're gathering. We have a small crowd distance out there, and I hope everybody is comfortable. And if you didn't get a seat you liked, it's because you didn't bring it from home. So that's just the way these types of shows are running right now. Last week we had a all Dylan show celebrating Bob Dylan's 80th birthday, and Louis Ledford was the guest. And we did nothing but Dylan because we love Bob Dylan, and he turned 80. Now he's 80 years old in 1 week, and he's still probably going to put out 10 more records before he checks out to the other side, which is hard because I came alive. I came into being an adult, a musician, trying to put out records in an era where Bob Dylan was still putting out really good records. And it's like, why would they be looking around for some other songwriter when you can just get Bob's new records? So it's been tough for me. You know, it's tough to get a break when Bob is still making really, really good records. But you know what? If you can't beat him, join him, because he's still making really good songs that I get to learn and sing and pull great joy from. This song is outtake from the Love and Theft record, which was released on 9/11, the 9/11. I remember listening to it and calling friends on the phone. I was so excited when this record came out. I thought, this record just is like the best thing I've heard, in so many years. Bob is back. He had so much fire. But this wonderful song did not make it onto the record, nor did it make it onto last week's show. So we're going to do it for you now. Called The Girl from the Red River Shore. Some people turn off the lights and live in the moonlight, passing by. Some people scare themselves to death in the dark, to be where the angels fly. Pretty maids all lined up in a row outside my cabin door. Never wanted any of them wanting me, except the girl from the Red River Shore. Well, I sat by her side and I tried for a while to make that woman my wife. She gave me her best advice and said, go home and lead a quiet life. Well, I've been to the east and I've been to the west. I've been out where the wild cannons roar. Somehow I never did get very far from the girl from the Red River Shore. Well, I knew when I first laid eyes on her, I could never be free. One kiss and I knew right away she should always be with me. The dream dried up on me a long time ago. I don't know where it is anymore. True to life, true to me, the girl from the Red River Shore. Well, I'm wearing a cloak of misery, and I've tasted jilted love. The frozen smile on my face, it fits me like a glove. but I can't escape the memory of the one that I'll always adore. All those nights I laid in the arms of the girl from the Red River shore. Well, we're living in the shadow of a fading past, amidst the fires of time. I've tried not to ever hurt anyone. I've stayed out of a life of crime. But when it all was said and done, I never really did know the score. Each day is just another day away from the girl from the Red River shore. Well, I'm a stranger in a strange land, but this is where I belong. I will ramble, I will gamble, the hills will give me a song. Oh, nothing looks familiar to me, I know I've been here before. Once 1,000 nights ago, with a girl from the Red River shore. Well, I went back to see about it once, went back to figure it out. Everyone I'd known who had seen us there had no idea what I was talking about. The sun went down on me a long time ago. I had to fall back from the door. I wish I could have spent every hour of my life with a girl from the Red River shore. Well, I heard of a man who lived a long time ago, a man of sorrow and strife. Whenever anybody died and was dead, he could bring him back to life. I don't know what kind of language they use, but if they do that kind of thing anymore, sometimes I think nobody saw me here at all, except the girl from the Red River shore. Sometimes I think nobody ever saw me here at all, except the girl from the Red River shore. Thank you very much. The pandemic hit there March 2020, the week before everybody went home and stayed home. I was in a recording studio in New York, and we recorded this song with my friends the Mammals and Jefferson Hamer on the guitar. And then we had Alexis P. Suter sing on the song, and John Elliott sang on the song, and Sarah Lee Guthrie sang on the song. But everybody had to do that from their apartments because they were no longer getting in rooms with other people. But we put together the song in the early days of the pandemic. We released it in the darkest hour of the pandemic, which for a lot of us, including me, was January, February. This was a very long February. February 21 went on and on. March cooked along well enough, but February. Am I right? Am I the only one, or was February the longest February in existence? It's like, what, it's the 7th of February? Hasn't it been like the 6th for 3 weeks already? But we're here now. The sun is out. The lady in the bay holds the promise of breathing free. We feel the glow of the torch when our eyes can hardly see. You weren't born to be the master. I wasn't born to be the mule. When the law is holding us back, we get together and change the rules. Our grandchildren's grandchildren will inherit the earth and sun. We use our 20/20 vision to leave it cool for everyone. We're all on the same ship, ice melting, water rising, with all hands on deck cutting carbon. I see a new sun rising. 'Cause we're born to win, we're born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. We're born to win, born to win. Tax cuts go to the wealthy, food stamps cut from the poor. After 40 years it trickled down, not gonna let them trickle us anymore. Mother can't afford the medication, sister killed in Iraq. Billionaires fly to the Bahamas in a limousine jet. And still we persist, and still we persist. Still we persist, and still we persist. You can only sleep in one bed, only sit in one chair. I see too many people living on the streets. We're gonna have to help the billionaires share. 'Cause we're born to win, we're born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. We're born to win, born to win. Freedom is access to health care. Freedom is no student debt. Freedom is breakfast and dinner. Freedom is a good night's rest. Freedom is being any color, walking every street without fear of violence, working on your dreams. Freedom is clean air. Freedom is drinking clean water. We can do anything if we keep our heads together. 'Cause we're born to win, we're born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. We're born to win, born to, not me, us. and we're all sitting distant enough from each other. There's one thing we were not allowed to do for so long because we weren't vaccinated, and we were afraid that if we sang together, we would get each other sick. So now, if you're vaccinated and we are outdoors, and I know you're outdoors, you can sing along with me. Sing, not me, us. And if I see you not singing along, that'll just tell me you still have your appointment to make, or maybe your appointment is this week, and that's great. Where were we? There, that's right. Not me, us. Yeah. Not me, us. It's not all about me. Not me, us. Takes millions of people. Not me, us. To fight for justice. Not me, us. No one can do it alone. Not me, us. Takes millions of people. Not me, us. To fight for justice. Not me, us. No one can do it alone. Not me, oh. 'Cause we're born to win. We're born to win. Empire State to the volunteer state. Old Line State to the equality state. Keystone State to the treasure state. Yeah. Keystone State to the treasure state. Show me state to the golden state. Great Lakes State to the bluegrass state. We're born to win. Born to win. Thank you very much. It is time. Now, I want to let everybody know, thank you to the neighbors for coming out. You're seeing this show. We do the show every Sunday. It was a live stream for the last 50 shows, and now going into the future, I believe we'll always be able to have some amount of people with us. You're here with us today, and there's all these people on the line today. So now, if you're holding your phone out there in the audience, or if you're not holding your phone, you can hold your phone at this moment. If you would, you go to your Facebook page, and then you go to my Facebook page, and then you share what's happening right now through this camera onto your Facebook page, and that means somebody who's sitting alone, maybe they're feeling a little lonely there at home, they can join us through the screen. So please, and if you're at home watching this on the screen, please share the stream as well, and that's the way we get the word out, because the marketing budget has a lot to do with the hat that's in front of the CDs over there. So it's a people-powered operation. Thanks for being part of it. And if you are part of it thus far, you know that right about now we have the third song check-in. We just got to check in with people, see what's going on out there, and our producer, David Pender Lofgren, is going to read us a few comments from Comment Land. What's going on with the people out there in cyberspace?
Well, Robert, all of the kitchen table irregulars have made it this week. For those viewing from the live audience, the irregulars are our stalwart group of viewers who show up week after week for the last... We may be at number 50. I'm not sure. We might be at episode number 50 today. And they have shown up week after week, month after month. And they're all here.
That's excellent.
Bellingham is here from Guelph, Ontario. We've got Pat Kearney here from Sligo, Ireland.
Ah, nice.
And, of course, Connie Borneman Wakefield from West Branch, Michigan.
West Branch, Michigan in the house. A stalwart coming at us from Michigan. That's 8 o'clock over there. It's coming into the 9 o'clock hour over in Michigan. And Connie's going to come visit soon, and she'll feel what it's like to be in a rainy northwest summer day. And then, phew, the sun comes out, and it's hot. And us Northwesterners have about a 2 to 3 degree comfort level. Well, you know, it's like it goes from too cold to too hot very quickly around here. We complain that there's no sun, and then all of a sudden it's too hot. And that's the way we live. And when people visit us, they can feel the same way we do.
I guess I should also mention that Bellingham from Guelph, who is known in our digital audience to offer digital shots to his compatriots, is today offering digital dances. So he's hoping that folks viewing from far away on Facebook will dance with him digitally, of course.
Yep.
That's about it.
That's very good. That's very good. Everybody is welcome to become a Kitchen Table Irregular. There's always room for one more at this kitchen table. And if you join the Kitchen Table Irregular group, you'll know what the drink of the week is. And that way you can join everybody in this cyber audience kitchen table with drinking the same thing. But I was so busy this week, turning 44 years old, that I forgot to check what the drink of the week is.
Well, we've gone back to a standby, an old favorite, the Robert Sarazin Sazerac.
Wow, back on the Sazeracs. Woo! It's been so great to play weekly to anyone who was wanting to listen. It gave me a chance to memorialize people we've lost. I've lost about 5 people in my life this year. I don't know if that's true for you, but the people disappeared and we weren't able to get together with each other and feel it. So I was very grateful to have an audience to sing to. I lost a friend to COVID, a great singer-songwriter from Boston, great guitar player. We called him down at the Kerrville Folk Festival where I met him. 18-day folk festival. It's kind of like summer camp for songwriters, also kind of like a Star Trek convention for songwriters. If you like music that's fun and you want to dance, probably not the place for you. But if you like sitting around in circles with other people who write songs about their feelings, this is the kind of place you can have a really good time. And if you're doing that, and Hugh McGowan was in the circle, he could play lead guitar, he could sing harmony, he could play his own brilliant songs, and if the moment called for it, he could play all of the 80s hits. So actually there could be some fun at the same time in the evening. And so I'm going to play a Hugh McGowan song. It's called Aer Lingus 104. That's the flight that goes from Boston over to Dublin. I've taken the flight many times, and Hugh was my man on the ground in Boston. I'd stay with him on either side of that flight. He'd pick me up from the airport many times. I took the subway out to where he lived, and I knew where the key was, and he might come home and find me sleeping on the couch and say, "Want a beer?" "Only one drink this time. Someone left you," he said, as I sat in the chair all alone, making gallant predictions of things yet to come as the plane took to the road. In a bar, in an airport, at the end of the day, he said, "I see your heart is twisting, 'cause one's gotta go and one's gotta stay. So I'll send all the angels at my command to carry her safely home. As Aer Lingus 104 takes to the sky, my hopes for a happy new year." So we talked to the loss of a newfound love with a watchful eye on the sky. I told them about skirts in the sunlight and the wild of her emerald eyes. In a bar, in an airport, with a whiskey and a stout, as I raised a glass to my girl as the plane taxied on out. So I'll send all the angels at my command to carry her safely home. As Aer Lingus 104 takes to the sky, and my hopes for a happy new year. I'll send all the angels at my command to carry you safely home. As Aer Lingus 104 takes to the sky, my hopes for a happy new year. Thank you very much. Broadcasting from the porch of the roost, which Nick and I have been talking about music from the porch of this wonderful house for about 10 years, and it's my pleasure to do so here at the start of the summer, and I'm already hoping we can do it again because it feels pretty good. David Pender Lofgren over there. Karen Kunkel is coming up soon. This is Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table. Thanks for being with us. And I'm hot. Oh, man, we were so cold this winter. David and I performed outdoors all winter long to his cellular phone and with these little space heaters coming at us. Woo! Now I'm wearing a black suit in the direct sun on a hot day. Want to tell you about this photo that I got last night. But you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. Only you would get it right. Oh, but you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. I can see the way your eyes would light up, kind of like a question we'd both laugh. I want to tell you the story of this photo that I got last night. Oh, but you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. I met two dancers in a seaside bar. They were gorgeous, they were travelers, they were dressed like mid-century movie stars. One from the Ukraine, one from Kazakhstan. The salty air, we sang Summer in Siam. That's when I got this photo that I took last night. Oh, the breeze was blowing us on to a little after party after the bar last night. Had to keep it going on. Past the guitar, night started to sway. We sang the summer in sunny side of the street, and we sang Sade. I played a few ballads and it made them both cry. Kissed their hands, their cheek, said goodnight, goodbye. You ought to see this photo that I got last night. Oh, but you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. When I get home, you won't be there anymore. Oh, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. You're on the other side with the angels and saints, with the trees, the breeze, the waves and lakes. I hope you're at peace and there's no pain at your door. But I can't tell you my story anymore. And I want to tell you the story of this photo that I got last night. Oh, but you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. David, how's it going?
Well, I'm afraid that the audience at home... See, the live audience can probably see our faces and our instruments, but they can also tell that our instruments are really the only thing in the sun here. I'm pretty sure the audience at home can only see our instruments and our faces are just a black wash.
Ah.
So I'm looking forward to a report from that.
I see. Right. The sun is not on my face, is it?
No.
That's nice for me. But probably I'm in the shadows of my own self.
This is the opposite of any stage lighting goal that's ever existed.
Great! People are watching us in Seattle. People are watching us in Ontario, a city called Guelph. But on this sunny day at the end of May, I've become a shadow of myself. People are watching from New York City. They've finished off that bottle that was left high on the shelf. The sun is down in New York City, but I've become a shadow of myself. Somebody who understands geometry and knows to look at the stars, they would have seen this coming. And if I was singing as well as Karen Kunkel, I would have found a note in the chord that I'm strumming. But I've made it this far mostly talking than singing in bars. People are watching here in Bellingham. People are watching despite themselves. That's a confusing situation, but not as confusing as becoming a shadow of oneself. Yeah! Well, let's sing some more Bob Dylan, and I'll tell you why. What happens this time of year, and I know this has happened to you, and some people will admit it quicker than others, and some people just come out and say it right away. But what happens is that people start having parties, and we're starting to gather. We're keeping some amount of distance, but we're starting to gather. We're starting to party. Now, and potluck is kind of weird right now because we're not sure exactly if we're sharing food. Maybe we're brown bagging it to our backyard parties now. It just feels that way, you know. But, you know, we remember there was a time when there were potlucks, and there'll be potlucks again, and you know, some people who are your friends bring really nice things to a potluck. You know, these people, they bring like a lasagna or something. It's like, you know, really nice. Or maybe the layer dip. Not one they bought from the grocery layer dip, but a dip they layered themselves that tastes fantastic, you know. And then the musicians are famous for showing up more or less empty-handed to potlucks. And that seems to be okay because people are really nice to musicians, and if the musicians play, they feel okay about that. However, if you're in a situation like I am and most of your friends are musicians and you have a potluck, you end up with about 7 bags of chips and some really fantastic music played by hungry people. But that's just the way it goes. At a summertime, you got a potluck going on, and maybe you're professional musicians or maybe not, but there's always a guitar around, you know. I started realizing I don't even need to bring a guitar with me when I tour because there's guitars everywhere. Then I looked at my guitar and I thought, well, I can't exactly do that to other people's guitars. So I will bring my guitar with me. But at a party, you know, there's a guitar. Someone pulls out a guitar, and then you get the fire going, and you've had a few jars of this, that, or the other thing. And, well, you're going to end up playing some bad Dylan. You're going to end up doing it. Because everybody knows the first line to something by Dylan, you know. And after some amount of jars of this, that, or the other thing, you're going to be convinced that you actually know the entire song. And you're going to start into it. And then that's where Bob Dylan turns into bad Dylan. And that's just the way it's going to go. And it's going to go that way forever. I feel that. And all I can say is it's always better to have a little bad Dylan than to have no Dylan at all. So we're going to do this one right here. Yeah. That is, someone else feels that way. My neighbors don't feel that way at this point, actually. Well, it wasn't that. See, the guitar is certainly in the sun. I'm going to do this one, then I'm going to do one more, and then the one and only, Bellingham's only, originally from Wenatchee. Okanagan. Yeah. It's like saying a person from Bellingham's from Seattle. We're not. You know, she's from Okanagan. She's just not from Wenatchee. You know, maybe she went to high school in Wenatchee, but that's not where she's from. Her heart is not in San Francisco. Her heart may be in New Orleans from time to time, but she's from the Okanagan, And she lives here right with us in the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, most northwest state. In fact, maybe I've talked so long and I dabbled into the becoming a shout of myself. Maybe she'll be up after this one. David, what do you think? Probably the way to go. All right. Because it's, yeah. This isn't a short one either. Settle in. I'm going to do some Dylan here, and we're going to hope it's Bob Dylan, and I'm going to let you know that it may turn into the other option. We'll see how I do. Far beyond sundown's curtain and midnight's broken toll, ducked into the doorway, thunder went crashing, while majestic bells of bolts struck like shadows, and the sound seemed to be the chimes of freedom flashing, flashing for the warriors whose strength is not to fight, flashing for the refugees on their unarmed road of flight, for each and every underdog, soldier in the night. We gazed upon the chimes of freedom flashing, in the city's melted furnace. Unexpectedly we watched, faces hidden as the walls were tightening, and the echo of the wedding bells before the blowing rain dissolved into lightning and its thunder, tolling for the rebel, tolling for the rake, tolling for the luckless, the abandoned and forsake, tolling for the outcast burning constantly at stake. We gazed upon the chimes of freedom flashing, through the mad mystic hammering of the wild ripping hail. The sky cracked its poems in ancient wonder, and the clanging of the church bells before the blowing rain dissolved in the lightning and its thunder, striking for the gentle, striking for the kind, striking for the guardians, the protectors of the mind, for the unpawned painter behind, beyond its rightful time. We gazed upon the chimes of freedom flashing, through the wild cathedral evening, the rain unravaged tales, for the disrobed faceless forms of no position, tolling for the tongues with no place to bring their thoughts, all down and taken for granted situations, tolling for the deaf and blind, tolling for the mute, the mistreated mateless mother, the mistitled prostitute, for the misdemeanor outlaw chased and cheated by pursuit. We gazed upon the chimes of freedom flashing, even though a cloud's white curtain in the far-off corner flashed, the hypnotic splattered mist was slowly lifting. Electric bolts of light still struck like arrows for the ones condemned to drift or else be kept from drifting. striking for the searching ones on their speechless seeking trail, for the broken-hearted lover with too personal a tale, for each unharmful gentle soul misplaced inside a jail. We gazed upon the chimes of freedom flashing, starry-eyed and laughing. I recall when we were caught, trapped by no track of ours, for they hung suspended. As we listened one last time and watched with one last look, spellbound and swallowed till the tolling ended. Tolling for the aching ones whose wounds cannot be nursed, for the countless accused, confused, misused, strung out ones and worse, and for each and every hung up person in the whole wide universe. We gaze upon the chimes of freedom flashing, and for each and every hung up person in the whole wide universe. We gazed upon the chimes of freedom flashing. Happy birthday, Bob Dylan, 80 years old a few days ago. And it is absolutely my pleasure to bring to us now here at our show called Robert Sarazin Blake from the Kitchen Table. We always have a guest, and today is my good friend, not from Wenatchee as previously mentioned, but from the one and only Okanagan. Actually, there's two Okanagans. There's the Canadian Okanagan as well. And hello to all of our friends in the north. But now we say hello to our friend right here. Karen Kunkel, how are you?
Oh boy, I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
Yeah.
We're all alive. Life is precious. I feel so emotional right now. It's awesome.
Good.
Yeah. Grew up 2.5 miles south of Malott on the Colville Indian Reservation. Just a few miles before the Okanagan ends its journey into the Columbia. Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. It's so nice to be here. It's so good to see all of you.
And all of you at home.
I want to hear your voices. Make a sound. Oh, my God. Let's make a sound for the ones we're with. Oh, my gosh. Let's make a sound for the ones who are not with us. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here. Let's all take some big slow breaths together. Oh, thank you, Orion, for being here. Oh my gosh, I think we should do animals traveling together first. Because this song has a setting. It's set in eastern Washington. And the first words, I'm very wordy, by the way, get ready. But it's like, imagine a dry heat. Imagine you live somewhere where the sun is always shining. And, you know, it's like high summer. It's high summer and you're down by the river. And you're with someone you love. Maybe it's a brother, maybe it's a lover. But this is where this song begins. Some tart tea. Now hopefully where a song begins, hopefully you always land up somewhere else. It sounded like an insult to something, but it wasn't, it was just a comment on journeys. Oh my gosh, my mother's here. My brother Benny's here. You're all here. I've got so many friends here. It's a very special day. I don't know, you've heard the phrase life is precious before, but since I I ran into an old friend the other day and they said that to me. That's just like the mantra these days. Gotta get out my lucky rocks. White, brown, bay, palomino, black and gray, shimmering lightning hides her hay. Running through the tall grass, cutting the day, like your hand through my hair, your voice through the air, a song in the silence, drumming on clay, wet and thick by the river bank, middle of the day. Late summer singing gnats rolling downhill, looking up the water where it bends, white, brown, black, gray, green snakeskin whispering away. 6 elm trees, poplars, cottonwoods swaying, swaying, back and forth, in a breeze too high for us to see. What are you saying? 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn around up the hill. I follow suit, you know I will. Grab a bag for apples filled. Hop in the cab and away we trill. Magpies run before our steed. Front wheel drive is all we need. Corvids cry, soon you'll bleed. Black and red and white, we feed them bread. They change their minds. Oh, the county road is empty and fine. Oh, what a sight to fill with thoughts, like a draught of sweet, soft, weak wine. Headed to the lake on our way out of town. Oh, someday our home won't be here anyhow. But with us goes the drumming of the brown bare hills, the crying of the mares, meadowlarks, and whippoorwills. Oh, you can feel the herd a-comin', and now we see 'em flash. 6 and 12 and 24, 48 and fast. Oh, an avalanche of thunder, wild love and wonder. This was how it felt to love you underneath the river valley moon. White and brown and black, Palomino Bay and gray, Appaloosa, stars on faces, hinds splashed with sea foam spots. We pray to them, we say to them, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. They and we and all are on our way. Someday we'll run like horses, horses, across the Bering Bridges, between continents our courses, traveling tectonic ridges, starting like a glacier, our paths rolling alpine rapids, bending like the greatest river, running like wild horses, horses, tails whipping soft behind us, stories running softly before us. Love is a glory softly surrounds us, and you become me softly before us. And splendor all around us, straw hats on the ground in evening, oh, wrap around my shoulders, let me get beside you in the bed of the truck. Cloud cover cover keeps us warm, yet we can see some stars. Look, we are in luck. 2 meteors calling, white gold to blackest blue, like 2 animals traveling across the sky, falling together in one breath too. I love you. Oh my goodness. Looked at my little brother there at one point. I almost started crying. We grew up next to horses and saw lots of horses. Let's do. Gosh, I didn't even drink as much coffee as usual, and I just feel like wacky up here. Gosh, you're all such a beautiful sight. Thank you for being here. Let's do Freedoms in the Heart. Oh my goodness. I need to rest. I was standing there for like 5 minutes. Oh boy. Is it traveling alone again, moving on, unpartnered and free. Oh, I thought I was conditioning myself to live this way, but I guess I was hoping he'd pick me someday. Well, take it from me, sister, take my friendship and advice. Oh, men make time for what they want. You gotta live your own life and trust the ones who join you will love their free wife. 3, 4. Take it from me, brother. Take my love and take my word. Oh, people make time for what they want. You gotta sing to be heard and trust the ones who join you will love their free bird. Oh, 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 yeah. Everybody stand up, everybody stand up. Oh, shake and stomp and clap your hands. Sing, I am free, I am free. You are free, you are free. We are here because we choose to be. Sing that one. We are here because we choose to be. One more time. We are here because we choose to be. Oh, 1 for the hell of it, and 2 because we're crazy, and 3 for all the little children, and 4 for all the ladies, and 5 for all the lonely souls who are losing hope, and 6, 'cause it's a lucky number and I'm feeling it like a Holy Ghost. Yeah, I'm a feeling it like a Holy Ghost. Yeah, I'm a feeling it like a Holy Ghost. Well, just take it from me, just take it. Just take it from me, I wanna give it. Go on and take it, I wanna give it. Go on and take it, I wanna give it. Giddy up, come on son. Oh, get the little doggies, we're a-going for a run. Giddy up, little pup. Oh, you can stay with me just as long as I feel up to it. Till I change my mind, till I change my mind. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 for the hell of it, and 2 because we're crazy, and 3 for all the little children, and 4 for all the ladies, and 5 for all the lovely souls we feel near and close, and 6 'cause it's a lucky number and I'm feeling it like a Holy Ghost. Yeah, I'm a feeling it like a Holy Ghost. Yeah, I'm a feeling it like a Holy Ghost. Well, just take it from me, just take it. Just take it from me, I wanna give it. Go on and take it, I want to give it. Go on and take it, I wanna give it. Well, it's nothing, and this nothing is free. Oh, freedom's in the heart, said my friend to me on the day before I set off on a long journey. Oh, I am free. You are free. Oh, you go and live your own life, baby, and I'll live mine, and the love will survive, because our love is like us. Our love is Thanks for listening, everybody. That's about you and me and everyone we know. That's a Miranda July movie? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna do this one called "Call Me the Sky." It's a new exploration. I'm trying to more appropriately use the term meditation and not like misuse it all the time and say like this art piece is a meditation on this or that. Because I'm like, no, meditation is like, it's a real practice about coming to the present moment. This is an exploration. Woo! Like Orion and I have just like improvised on this a couple times. vapor, we move and expand. Sail through this dream with a bird's hollow bones and timeless understanding. Oh, magnetic paths knit us together end to end. I kiss every mountain on the forehead. Oh, hold me with your solidness. Come kiss me up here. I bow down to you. Plunge into the darkness of your foundations. The bedrock of water and wells. The sky is still there and she swells. She's filled with bells. Magma, liquid fire. Can't you hear the roots of trees all talking to each other? Oh, singing. Your ringing fills me. Call me the sky. I'm a canvas that bleeds into the starshine, into ocean dreams. Oh, you can see a solid single scene. The horizon, the earth's shape of our love. Each line drawn out like a line in a poem. Ooh, follow, follow the horizon. The story of love is just one thread where the garment of myself becomes more. Follow this chord, the poem, the line, the note, the shape, the chord, the horizon, and you will never cease to fly. Ooh, call me the sky. 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 Thank you.
Karen Kunkel. Karen Kunkel. One more time. We need a release. Woo!
My good friend Orion Lackey on the keys.
So this is Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table, and what happens at the kitchen table here is what happens at the kitchen table when we're on the road. I hear that when people are on the road after they play their gigs, they go to tall buildings with small rooms where there are doors that close behind them and they don't talk to anyone but themselves. I've had that experience maybe once or twice, but mostly what happens to me when I'm on the road is after the gig I go stay at someone's house and get familiar with their soggy couch, but before that time comes, we sit around the table and we have a few more songs and a few more jars of this, that, or the other thing. And that's the part of the show we've reached right now. The show, the proper formal show is over now. We're back at the kitchen table after the show.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, we just let it all hang out. Yeah. You know, get into a different zone. Karen.
Robert.
So nice to see you.
It's so nice to see you.
Beautiful songs, beautiful pieces, beautiful explorations. I really dig the comment there on the difference between a meditation and an exploration. Do you remember when you made that? Yeah, that was great. That was great.
I'm glad it spoke to you.
It did. It did indeed.
You know, take what works, leave the rest.
Never should have taken the very best. Well, when we sit around the table, we don't know what we're gonna do. We just kind of. I got a couple things flashed at me, listening to you, and I'm as I tune up, I'm trying to feel what I'm feeling. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the kitchen table. You just do whatever you want.
Yep, capoed up. I think I'm gonna do this one that I was inspired. You were on the tip of horses earlier. So I'm gonna play this song by Peter Rowan called "On the Wings of Horses." That I kind of know. You know, I know well enough to play at the kitchen table after the gig. I might not open the show with it, being that it's been some number of years or months since I've ever learned it, you know. But it's a beautiful song, and the story is that Peter was sitting on his couch just playing some chords, and his daughter wrote the lyrics.
Aw.
I'm young in this world. I know dreams never die. I know dreams come true. On the wings of horses. On the wings of horses. So free. As I was mentioning earlier, sometimes because you know the first line of a song, you have the confidence that you know the whole song, but you don't know the whole song, and that's when you hope you have the judgment to not play that song right in front of the television audience and the live audience and even Karen Kunkel and just blow it right there. Because
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you. And with that, we're going to pass it right back over to Karen. That was my contribution to the kitchen table. I really do promise my higher power I'll do better next time. But we can sing the chorus because it's all about the chorus. On the wings of horses. On the wings of horses. On the wings of horses, so free.
Yay.
Peter Rowan song. That's like an advertisement for a Peter Rowan song, you know? Now you know it exists and you can go listen to it.
Now
know?
I'm curious. You know,
Yeah,
I didn't get enough Peter Rowan, so now I gotta, now
Yeah.
I want to go find out.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do, Orion? We could do.
I will take this opportunity to let everybody know that we do greatly encourage and appreciate tips, both digital and cash. Robert Sarazin Blake at the PayPal or the Venmo. You can find the donation link there. It's on the site of the video
Yes.
screen.
Give
And we
him
also have
money.
a hat right down there in front.
I
and
get
that
some of it too.
money's going to go to Karen and to David. And we're considering cutting Orion in on it as well. But, yeah, okay, all right. Yeah. Thank you very much. That keeps us all going. We're going to take that money and we're going to spend all of it at the grocery store. Well, we might spend a little bit of it at the Old Town Cafe, where Karen Kunkel might be our server.
Thursdays and Sundays for the
Okay.
known future.
Yeah. What do you got for us, Karen?
Forever.
For-
Okay, I can't decide. I thought I would. Should I do? Oh my God. Should we do a song that's really gentle? That's about pleasure, or should I do a poem that's about me and my brothers, called "Unbinding God"? Or should I do a poem that's called "The North Pole and South Pole Were Lovers"? Okay, who is following?
Okay. God got the biggest.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to read a poem. Are you ready? You ready? Everybody take a deep breath. All right. Oh, my God. Is that Gray? Oh, my God. Gray works at Mallard Ice Cream, and we know each other by name because I go there so often. Really? Oh, that's amazing. It's so good to see you. Wow, this is like, you guys, life is pretty surreal. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if it's like my ADHD, but I'm just like, everything seems like new all the time. And I'm like, this is incredible. All right, so this is a poem. I'm probably more practiced singing than reading poems out loud, so pay attention now. All right. Unbinding God. On Colville land, my 3 brothers and I, the only sister, would revel together, leaping underneath the nighthawks swirling, a grand swarm of silhouettes in the apricot sunset. Where did one end and the other begin? The point was not to know. We would all howl at the moon with the same gusto. Kindred shapes of sound, the same power echoing across a blue moon orchard, and oh, how we would dance, delighting in our different moves, bodies mimicking and echoing all around us in our underwear, tromping, leaping, stomping, flying, laughing, now naked and splashing in moonbeams, the same unbridled, teeth-gnashing joy. My brothers and I loved to race, never against, but with each other. Running down the rows between Granny Smith and cameos, wet tennis shoes filling full of cheatgrass, whipping with the same eagerness, panting as a pack, gasp matched for gasp, hearts beating the same 4 channels, me and my brothers, all requiring oxygen, all breathing in, all singing out. We took turns starring in the roles of gentleness. Willie and I holding blind baby mice we found in a brush pile. Or Frank speaking low, lilting words, cheerful owl cooing encouragement to the youngest of us, Benny, always the first to smell the flowers. Yes, we are always us. We are we. 4 winds, 4 seasons, 4 siblings, 4 cardinals making up all directions. We played dress-up in couch forts. We wrestled in the dust, always on each other's team, always equal. My words of anger always as valid as our songs we sang together. Their tears always welcome as our laughter spitting cherry pits. My mother gave me dolls, and my father was afraid to touch me. But my brothers and I always knew there is no difference in how eyes map the sunset, how hands memorize another's palm. We knew each other's prayers were born from the same sagebrush hills. And we knew that joy wears no gender. The elastic bonds that launch hearts up flying skyward, yes, are beyond body, beyond those tiny valleys which bordered our childhood horizons. We fed each other's dreams of travel, of being a million kinds of beings. We were hungry for greater language. We were eager to see each other break the girdles some strangers had tossed on the gelding of our imagination. And what luck we dodged the lassos which would have corralled us into cramped pens labeled masculine or feminine. We stared at it on the ground when they finally came our way. Pitiful ropes wanting us to hang ourselves with their tiny shrinking maws, mewling binary litany of how a woman should act or a man can't. We grew up practitioners of pretend, learning accidentally that, yes, gender is an act. How well we discovered together the laws of yes, and yes, and yes, and yes, and in our blessed ignorance, we never knew our limitations. I am grateful. My brothers and I grew up together, grew up we, wild and gentle, lonely and free, strong and sensitive, loud, and listening. Yes, it's all a miracle, I think. Those specifics about God escape me these days. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. And I wanna like say like if you didn't get the moral of the story, like like gender's like a made-up idea. And if you can wrap your head around that, maybe you can unbind your ideas about God, and maybe you don't need to define that either.
Woo!
Okay.
Right when I was picking up on a thread, we went over there. God is a concept by which we measure our pain. Which is but see, I've learned, just because I know that first line does not mean I know that John Lennon song. I'm learning throughout this broadcast. Hello. What's going to happen here is we're going to swap a few more songs across this kitchen table. Then we have a little segment of our show called Stump the Band. What is Stump the Band? That's when you have a request for us, and we do our best to play your request. Now, sometime when we're doing the show exclusively for a television audience, we have somebody call in. But since you're here, what's going to happen is it's going to be sort of like English class sophomore year. I'm just going to call on you. Your hand's not going to be up in the air. I'm going to call on you, and you're going to have a request for us. It could be each and every one of you, but it won't be each and every one of you. It's going to be three of you, but it could be any three of you. So we're thinking of requests. It can be a request that we know. It can be a request of a song you know we don't know. Or it can be a request of a song you don't know that we don't know. I'm awed by bridges that fill me with wonder. Fill me with awe. I don't neglect the grandeur. Hands pour the pilings, smooth concrete. Lifted the stones, played out the vision of the eyes at the desk, pencil in hand, cup of coffee, paper and calculation. Architect with the plans, artist with the design, engineer with equations, men and women of desire. Politicians pass legislation, funding bills, the ways and means. Tax collector collected, clerk carried the one. Put it in the right pile. We pay the bill in April. Put it off. The addition didn't have the money. Maybe next year, so we could all get somewhere else. Other end of the valley, across the Russian River, like Pontchartrain. Fjords and fields, redwood trees, piers out in the ocean, ships across seas. And if it's raining, we might not notice. If the radio's strong, we might not see. Just take it for granted, all that's been expanded. All the hands it took to get to the other side. I'm awed by bridges.
lovely.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you. Would you like to hear a song?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Give yourselves a little squeeze out there. Be like, I'm doing a good job. And
That's
I
not just out
came
there. That's out
here.
there too. We're looking at you in Guelph. We're looking at you in St. Louis. We're looking at you in Dublin. We're in Limerick, Sligo. We had a viewer from Sligo. We're all giving ourselves a hug here. That's what Karen requests here at this after party kitchen table.
What?
Yep. Yeah. What are you gonna sing for us, Karen?
Oh yeah. Okay. I think maybe we'll do a song about my friend, the sailor. Not the famous musician, but the sailor, famous sailor, Esther Rose. Esther Rose Whitmore. I guess I gotta tell you, I want to tell you, gosh, a few years ago, 5 or 6, I was an apprentice for a couple months on this tall ship, like this wooden ship that was like 190 feet long or something, and double-masted schooner named the Adventurous. And the Adventurous travels around the Puget Sound and teaches people of all ages how to be stewards of your marine environment. And oh my gosh, you guys, I didn't even know before I was working on that boat about ocean acidification. Raise your hand if you know about ocean acidification. It's okay if you don't. But if you don't know, like, go home and Google that, baby. The ocean is like sucking up all of like the human pollution. And man, if we don't curb the way that we're polluting this earth, like, we all gonna die, okay? Sorry, not sorry that I'm reminding you of this. Oh my gosh, but isn't that it's like terrifying that I didn't even know what ocean acidification was until I was like already working on this environmental boat. And I was like, wait a minute, what's that? And they were like, yeah, this is what you're gonna be teaching people, Karen. Anyways, Esther Rose was the first mate, and she's just fudging epic, that's all. Okay, so this is a song I wrote for her like a year and a half later or something. She's a good friend of mine. Thanks. Oh, Esther Rose, Esther Rose, Esther Rose. She rose with the sun, with her bare brown feet bronze, and her yellow hair hung long, to walk the deck and check the lines without waking anyone. Oh, Esther Rose, the first mate of the good ship Adventurous she was, and nary a needless word was said born of her gentle tongue. Her solemn face is open as the sea is ever wide, and her eyes look straight into yours, clear as the morning sky. Oh, silver hair kissed by the moon, whipping round the crown, and plenty of crow's feet around the eye. Oh, hands grow calloused, a body takes a beating, here in the world where all winds are meeting. Oh, Esther Rose, Esther Rose, Esther Rose, Esther Rose. Well, I wrote her a note shorthand just the other day. See what she might say. Well, she didn't say much, but she answered true, and she answered right away. I'm staying on the island, Kunkel. If you visit, you can stay. We'll tell each other tales, sing songs. Oh, find a wood boat made with fine sewn sails, and we'll sail just a little way away. Oh, take her up a notch. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Let her fly, let her fly. Take her up a notch. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Let her fly, let her fly. Take her up a notch. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Let her fly, let her fly. Oh, born in Yakima, headed to Antarctica, summers in the Bering Sea, down to the Caribbean. Now she's working with wood on Whitby. Esther Rose, Esther Rose. I'm going to stop right now. I'm in a different key. Esther Rose, Esther Rose, Esther Rose, Esther Rose. Well, she likes to play that fiddle, hee-haw, swing her partner across the hall, then sashay down the middle. Oh, Esther Rose, are you anyone's bae? Well, she's so shy, her cheeks are pink as a poppy's wink, an heirloom rose in May. Oh, Esther Rose, when you met Karen Mary, that's me, you did change her life. And if we both liked women, well, you know, 'cause I told you I'd ask you to be my wife. Well, I would keep on singing about the fierceness of her heart, but for now I'll just stop and say, if you don't know Esther Rose, by God, you'd better start. Woo!
Well, it is time, I think, right now, right here, coming at you live from the kitchen table, the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48, for us to play a little show we call Stump the Band. That's right. This is our opportunity to play or not play a request that we get from the audience. What happens is we get all three requests right at the top. Karen and I look at each other, and Orion and I look at each other, and David and Orion look at each other, and Karen and David look at each other, and we all decide what we can and cannot do. And so to start off with, well, see, that you put your hand right in the air, you're going to give us the first request. What's your name? Aiden. Very Irish name. Yep.
This might be a long shot, but do you know any songs by Brian Cutian or Elon Blackman?
The request is for songs by Brian Cutian or by Elon Blackman. And what happens is we get these requests and we put them into the research librarians in our brains, so they go back there to see what they come up with, and then we go for request number 2, which the young man in the green hat had 2 hands in the air, and we're going to call on him for a request. Yeah. All right. Waving at Nick is very confusing. Very confusing. All right. Participant straight ahead in the blue T-shirt. That's you. What's your name? That's Kristen. I didn't even know it was you, Kristen. What's your request? White River Junction. I love it when a request comes in that I know. That's fantastic. So I know I can do that one. So Karen, why don't you choose the third?
I'm smiling so much.
Choose the third person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! Oh no, this is really hard. You in the orange.
What's your name in the orange? Emmy. Thanks for being at the show. Have you ever been to Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table before? All right. Have you ever seen Karen Kunkel before? Okay. All right. Have you ever seen David or myself perform before? This is great. This is what people spend millions of dollars on Facebook ads trying to have happen. A new listener who stayed for an hour and 45 minutes of this business. I mean, that is, whew. Emmy, thanks for being here. We hope you join us again every Sunday, 5 o'clock. If you keep an ear to the ground, you can figure out where the next one is and ingratiate yourself to get an invite.
I have the tired jollies.
Karen has the tired jollies. I don't know that one. Emmy, what is your request? Wow. Wow.
How about
Enjoy the Silence by Depeche Mode. We have White River Junction by me. And we have Do You Know Anything by Alan Blackman or Brian QTN. And so, Karen, what of those do you want to tackle?
I don't know any of them.
That's all right. That's perfectly fine.
I don't know. Wait, what are the choices again?
We got Enjoy the Silence, Celebrate the Silence, The Sound of Silence, Silence of the Lambs. We have the silence-oriented request.
Over troubled waters.
You could do Bridge Over Troubled Waters. I mean, if you felt that was if you could bring us on the journey of the direct link between Depeche Mode, Enjoy the Silence, and Simon & Garfunkel, Bridge Over Troubled Waters, we would go with you on that journey.
Can we do the sound of silence in there?
We could do The Sound of Silence en route. I love Alam's record, Friend. Alan Blackman is a great, great songwriter. Made this wonderful record called Friend, which I highly recommend everybody go listen to. And certainly I cannot sing anything from that record. Alam mostly improvises his songs, and to learn them is in the same realm of wordiness of Karen Kunkel, and I've not yet learned a Karen Kunkel song, nor have I learned an Alam song. And I did learn a Brian QTN song. He is the troubadour from Eugene. He always plays the opening set at the Oregon Country Fair. And I did one of his numbers one time on this show, and it has left my brain. So we can't do that, which means that we're doing White River Junction unless you can jump in on something.
Let's do White River Junction.
I did not even know that was Kristen out there. People think I'm ignoring them. No, I have bad eyes. You know, it's like sometimes I can't see. Sometimes I wear glasses so I can. Sometimes the world a little bit fuzzy is just fine. Unless I'm driving, then it's dangerous. And that was a disappointing thing when David and I landed in Dublin Airport and I realized I had brought my glasses case, but not my glasses. And of course, I had told David that I would be the driver on the Irish tour because I'd been to Ireland many times and had many jars, and I wanted him to have the possibility of having many jars and not having to drive. So I had to be the driver, borrowing his glasses to get us to the first gig, where through the miracle of technology and telecommunication, I was able to get a pair of glasses made in Mullingar, Ireland, which was not legal. Because if your last, I always get this mixed up, prescription or subscription? Prescription. My
A prescription is what you can get from the doctor. A subscription is what you can do at Robert Sarazin Blake's YouTube page. That's right, folks.
We're not joking about that. We're not joking about that at all. Please don't forget to put some money in the digital tip jar or in the cash jar down there. And we got LPs. We got the CDs. Who has a CD player out there? Okay, wow, all right. Who has an LP player out there? All right. Anybody have a torso out there? I thought so. I got T-shirts down there. Got T-shirts. And I've had the same T-shirt for 4 years, which means all the sizes that you want are gone. But you might find something that works. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you can get what you need in Robert's T-shirt box.
You can cut out the emblem and sew it to something.
It's an opportunity for creativity to get a piece of clothing that doesn't fit.
Make a dress.
My prescription was outdated, which meant it was illegal for the doctor here in Bellingham to talk to the doctor in Mullingar. I said, I understand that. But what if you didn't tell the doctor? What if you just read to me over the phone my old prescription? You know, you didn't tell it to another doctor. You just read it over the phone. Would that be all right? And, you know, in the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48, the decision was made that that would be all right. And I was able to have a pair of glasses made. And I'm not sure how we got started on this, but it has something to do with, once again, Driving north on my own, Vermont, of course, saw a sign. I went in, always open, had to grin. Piece of pie, all a mold Christmas night, on my own in the coffee week. The gas is cheap at this diner, on the road exchanging looks with a girl. Nothing more, not my world. Drifting off to conversations, other people's situations. An old friend comes to mind, think to myself, so much time between us. Through the years, summer suppers, Christmas beers, and the bodies moved. Hearts and minds to other people were entwined, were entwined. Letters sent, spirits tossed. Some were kept, some were lost. Through the salt, through the sea, through the sound, and up the streams where the salmon run when they can, just to die. Like the man who runs away, runs along trying to find the fallen sun, and the night is great. It elevates to a higher place, and then it's gone, and the bodies float down the stream to the bottom of the sea with the sailors, and the ships could not return. They were missed, they were missed. They were missed. Quiet moment, a cafe, piece of pie to end the day all the mode. Coffee too, here's to you, friend, here's to you. Here's to you. Here's to you. Here's to you. Take it, Karen.
Oh, did I make up something up?
Here's to
Here's to
you.
you.
Here's to you. Here's to you. Here's to you. Here's to you. Here's to you. Thank you for the request. Let's take a quick look at the time. Oh, yeah. I think we have time for one more piece from Karen Kunkel, and then we're going to get towards the end of this operation here. Just want to let you know that we do this every Sunday, so please do tune in. You can find us via robertsarazinblake.com. That middle name is the hard one, S-A-R-A. Z in America, Z in Canada, I-N.
Robert Sarazin.
That's it.
Blake.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Should we do a cover? Oh, Orion thinks we should do an original. Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll put it to a vote. Vote to the people. Okay. Original song that's called Wild Bells Born to Be Free, or Bridge Over Troubled Water, which I think is still too high for everyone. Or but it's really pretty. We could all just like give it our best shot, meaning you should sing along. Or Lean on Me. And if you're not singing along to that, we're just gonna where you are. You just are. So okay, you have your choice of two sing-alongs. One would be Lean on Me, or the other one would be Bridge Over Troubled Water. Or we can do another original. that's pretty wild.
How are
and
we going to
fun.
vote? How are we going to vote? That's
Oh,
one thing we
okay.
haven't established yet.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm a little loopy today. I blame like a pinched nerve in my neck. But
I think we'll do a plausometer, but I do want to let everybody know that your vote will be tallied a second time by the Cyber Ninjas. So the
Okay.
Cyber Ninjas are going to have the
Oh,
last
oh,
say on this.
Thank you.
They lost their venue in Arizona, so they have time to actually monitor the voting here at the kitchen table. And with a name like that, it's very trustworthy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, wow. You can talk to Ellie and Amanda over there. Ellie's been hearing about the Cyber Ninjas on the television news. But let's just do a plausometer for Lean On Me. A plausometer for Bridge Over Troubled Water. Oh, and a plausometer for another brilliant original from our friend Karen Kunkel. I think the people have spoken, and the Cyber Ninjas actually are completely illegitimate, and we're not going to take their tally, which means that, Karen, you are the captain of the ship, and lead us into the fray.
Great. Yes. Here we go. I knew you was an angel the first time that I saw you. You walking down the main street like an oak tree gone wild. Sweet low-key child, I saw you whistling so free, a sunflower galloping. I saw you dancing with your hands in your pockets and the wind in your hair, whistling and swinging like you hadn't a care. Eyes on the horizon, heart of a dream, and I knew who you are. It's a feeling that lands inside my belly. It's a feeling lifting up my heart. It's a feeling moving through me. A sunbeam through the apple leaves. There is no poetry to name you, no words of the tongue. I can only taste you. I can only dance you. I can only feel you. In my flesh is where I can only name you. I feel you in my body like a Holy Ghost. Oh, torment in a swan becoming man, like the snake. Oh, you're beginning again. Oh, I knew as soon as I saw you that you were someone like me. I knew as soon as I saw you that you were born to be free. I knew as soon as I saw you that I would love you forever. I knew as soon as I saw you, you're made of the wind and the weather. Everywhere like moss, a vessel untethered, wandering, not lost. You're someone I treasure and someone I trust. To do the right thing, 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 and to do what you want for the reasons you like, to know yourself and to follow the light, to follow a road, to follow your star, to do what's right, though it is hard, and you follow a code, and now you draw a card. Oh, what's the card say? Tell us what the card says. What's the card say? What's the card say? You're a fool, you're a fool, you're a fool, I'm a fool, you're a fool, I'm a fool, you're a fool, I'm a fool. And I know the jester's coming when you shake your bells. I can hear the jester coming when you shake your bells. I can hear the jester's blue jeans are walking your way. Everybody's a wildflower. You are. You're a miracle. 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 Oh, baby, you're a miracle. You're a marigold. Oh, daisy daffodil. Dahlia. Christ chrysanthemum. You're a dandelion. Oh, I want to hear you roar. I want to hear you roar. Woo! Oh my God, you got to roar after, like every time that I scream, you have to scream, okay? I want to hear you roar. I want to hear you roar. Woo! I want to hear you roar. I want to hear you roar. Woo! I want to hear you roar. I want to hear you roar. Woo! One more time. Woo! And I heard you ringing when I saw you that day. A wildflower walking that way. Everybody's born to be free. Everybody's just like you and me. Now I'm high on music. Anybody else? Let me hear you again. Who's out there? Who's out there?
You be you.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Orion's a quiet person sometimes. He seems like it just because I'm really loud, but he's a rebel. He's making this happen. Oh. Wow. Something's on. Yeah, everybody. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Oh my gosh, what a...
Yeah, right. Yeah. somebody to lean on. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Well, thanks to everybody at home who's watching us. Thanks to everybody who is here at the Roost. Thank you to Nick for hosting us
Thank
here
you,
at the
Nick.
Roost.
Thank you, Reese. Thank you, Nick.
For creating beauty and creating community here on Franklin Street and beyond. Always a shout out to my associate on my right. That's David Pender Lofgren, who brings all the ones, the zeros, the cables, and screens to bring this kitchen table absolutely anywhere that there is internet access. And thanks to the fact that Joe Biden is president instead of the alternative, apparently there's going to be more broadband, more places, which means this kitchen table's getting bigger all the time. We have a few announcements at the end of the show, as always. The biggest one is that, if you haven't heard, there will be a 21st annual Subdued String Band Jamboree. It's going to look a little different, but it's going to happen, and we haven't had a chance to talk about it yet because I'm short on time. Karen, are you willing to perform at the Subdued String Band Jamboree this year?
I'd love to.
Hey, all right. Would you like to see Karen at the String Band Jamboree this year?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, all right. I'm getting something done here in the announcements.
Wow.
For the first time, we're having limited tickets, and the tickets go on sale next Saturday at noon. So if you want to come, get a ticket early, because I want you to be able to come. And what else do I have to tell you? The show's oh, yes. Next week, we're going to be broadcasting from a backyard in Everett, and we're very excited to say Jason Webley will be our special guest next week. The one and only Jason Webley, the man who lives on a houseboat in Everett. I said we're doing a gig in Everett. You got to get Jason. And Jason's willing to come and do a few songs at the kitchen table. We're going to wrap
love
this
Jason.
up. We love Jason.
I love him.
Love him. Thank you very much. You know what? Middle age gets such a bad rap. But it's not too bad at all.
What is age?
It's not too bad at all. I can't hear you, Peggy. You're chatting there with me. I'm trying to wrap this show up. We're at the end of the time, don't you see? I don't know what you said, but I'm going to wrap up the show. I hope everybody on Saturday to the Jamboree website goes and buys a ticket for the festival, because I want you all to come.
I want you there,
Got a
too.
ticket for the
the
festival,
festival.
because I want you all to come.
You'll have some fun.
Oh, yes, and we are going to be turning the kitchen table into a podcast with the help of our new friend Jeremy, who is secretly out there in the audience paying attention to what we're doing, because we get up here and we have no idea what we're doing, and somebody has to listen to it and decide if it should be released to the rest of the world, and Jeremy's going to help us with that. Projects. Thanks for being here. We're going to wrap it up the same way we always do with a song from Hank Waddell, our buddy there in Cork City. He plays every Monday night at Charlie's Bar on the Keys in Cork City, unless there's a pandemic, which means he hasn't had a chance to play to a live audience. We hope that Hank can come here and join us at the kitchen table, but until then, we're closing each and every kitchen table with his song right here, because it's so good. When I heard it there at Charlie's Bar on the Key in Cork City, I realized my beard was wet by the end of the song from tears, because it's just so darn good. Well, it's great to see you, because we thought you were dead. Did you come back to life? Did you get out of your bed? It's great to see you. Yeah, it's true. It's great to see you. It's great to see you, or is that your ghost? We thought you were gone. Burnt toast. It's great to see you. I whisper nothing, sing softly on your ear. Try not to cut short the moment that's here. Shadow it might be, the feeling's clear. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. So it's great to see you. Are you gonna stay? Are you here for the long night? Are you leaving at the break of day? It's great to see you. Yeah, it's true. It's great to see you. It's great to be near you. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. You can sing that with us now. Ryan, get on all the keys. I'm in D flat. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. Thank you very much, everybody. What's the name of this young lady here sitting cross-legged? I have a favor to ask of you. What's your name? Savannah. I'm hoping you'll do me a favor. It's going to involve standing up, walking over to that stool, putting the stool there sort of front and center, and then once the stool is front and center, take the hat that has the cash in it and put the hat on the stool. And that way people will be able to find the hat easily. You know what I mean? Are you with me so far? And then at the very end of that, I want you to close your eyes, put your hand in the hat, and take out one bill. Are you up for that, Savannah? Put your hands together for Savannah. She's helping out the band. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. I hope it's not a single. It's all about the times we share. Thank you very much, everybody. We hope to see you in future weeks, either in the flesh or in a live audience, and we hope to see you at the Jamboree. Please do put a few bucks in the hat. Thanks to Karen Kunkel, David Penderlofgren, that's Orion on the keys.